So today, very excited to show you, obviously you know you've read the description or at least the headline of this video, to open up the official SHENMUE SEGA statue of Ryo Hazuki. Ryo, however you want to say it, put in the comment below. So I've got the statue and I've been showing a few shots on social. Obviously, I haven't unboxed it yet. That's the whole point of this video. But I want to start, first of all, I'm going to kind of get it close and personal and talk about, this piece. One of my sort of loves, really, cardboard. You can see some cardboard just there. In fact, you can see some Sega just there as well. But I do love a box, really from the old to the new. And if you like, the new reference to the old. So this is what this obviously is. And you've got a character which obviously made its appearance originally on the Dreamcast, and now we're still talking about it today, and that's really what we do, as you well know. So we've got various, actually in duck form there. If you've ever seen one of the tubs, that's the equivalent in duck form. I'll put a little link to the tubs and also that product below. But let's talk about the statue. That's for another day. So the box itself, I want to sort of show here. You've got the character up close face, every little detail, the hair, the eyes, the whole mat. This is all official Sega, and Numskull worked very closely with the design team there and the designers at Numskull to get all the accuracy, both on the box art itself and obviously on the character, which we're going to show. Got the official, see some of my wires there perhaps behind my system, but got the official SHENMUE logo there, which again is important if you're a collector, if you love these sort of things. Me personally, it's pretty important. Right around to the, you're not going to see too much because there's packaging there, so we're going to get that out in a minute. Just to move around the box again, to show you a bit more close up. You've got the actual scene there. I'm going to leave that in. I will rescue that later. I think it made it though, because it's an Amiga. It's not an Amiga actually. It's an IBM box, so they're pretty well built, and it pretty landed on a bed of wires. So I'm sure that's fine. We'll leave that in the video. And there he is himself. Kind of got this nice, cool shadowing effect here. Might just move this forward because I think Aladdin on VHS is going to do a dip, and even the duck there, he's precariously balancing. Just going to move that a tad now. Move back a bit, you can see this is a classic scene. If you know the game, this is from the Heartbeats bar, where he's kind of jumping forward, ready to attack, defend, more defend, I think you'll find. Don't want to give too much away. And he's kind of raised forward in just a little bit of detail, so we'll see that on the statue. You've got kind of broken bottles, you've got the stool there, and obviously the table, which is jumping onto, kind of thrust forward and protect himself. So it's quite nice to have like an action scene rather than him just standing there with his hands in his pockets or something. I quite like that idea. Getting different character poses is really nice because you get that difference, in terms of the statue. So this has that. You can see him peeking out there as a duck. And on the side, just really nice. I quite like clean design. It's just got a nice clean pattern of the dragon there. You can see that close up. That's really nice. Again, some people take it or leave it with the box. For me, a well-designed box is a key part of the package, especially with things like figurines and statues and that sort of thing. So there you go. And I say, you're not going to see too much because he's in his packaging. All important to keep him protected. So got some major packaging there. I'll show you a bit because I know people obviously when you're buying something like a statue, you want to know it's well packaged, not just bouncing around with no sort of cellophane or whatever they use, polystyrene. So it's well packaged, quite a key point. So there is the box. I'm just going to spin it around once more so you can see it. Just come back a bit there, see the top of it, and in its entirety. Let's actually get into it now and unbox this lovely character, really iconic character from an iconic game originally on the Dreamcast. You may have played it on sort of consoles of today, but I played it on the Dreamcast, and you know, still played it fairly recently too. So right, let's get into the unboxing itself. Here we go with the actual unboxing part, which is probably what you've been waiting for, but I wanted to show you that box piece earlier. So it's fairly critical for a lot of collectors. This is straight out of the box. Just don't want to give you any fakeness. So I have a certain thing about when people stick hardcore, particularly paper stickers on things. So you can skip this bit if you want, but I know it means a lot to some people because it is a pain in the neck. Now, they've done a really good job here. I haven't manipulated this or anything. I've just put in this very lightweight clear sticker on, and so I've not touched it previously, but it just peels off. I don't even see that. And so I've not played with it at all beforehand, and I'm not the most dexterous of people, but that's just come off with just zero residue. It hasn't left any kind of mark on the top. It's one of those things, unfortunately, that if people get it wrong, it can really ruin your package that you've come through. So that's just come off in a heartbeat. Sorry to use the pun because it's heartbeats bar, and I'll do it again. Again, I'll show you. Again, you can just see the lip there, probably. I don't know if you can see that. Let's just bring that off. But yeah, it's a small yet kind of important point just in packaging generally, where it can just totally ruin the box. And I have to say, little details like that, that's what makes the difference for me. And there's a final one here, don't miss it. Let's just get that. I haven't got particularly long fingernails. You could, if you're struggling, you could cut it and then pull it apart. I'm just going to bring it here so you can actually see what I'm doing. And there you go. I say, you may just skip this bit and think, what is he talking about? But, you know, I know myself and I know a lot of collectors just have to spend so much time and effort getting these horrible paper stickers off, and it's really annoying. So nice job there, guys at Numbskull in the product team, I expect. Of course, because they do all the specking of this. And again, just gonna take that up, just nice and clean, and just show you what I'm doing. You know, if you rush these things, even with the best will in the world, it will probably cause some ripping. But I'm just going to gently ease this out from the bottom. A squeaking sound. Probably, I tend to do a bit of a clean pull. So that's quite good. I've just got hold of a little bit there and it's just come straight out. I'm doing it on a carpet. Probably, I would advise maybe do it on a carpet. Just any kind of statue, because then if you know, obviously if you don't want to ruin your carpet, but you don't want to ruin your statue either, do you? And I think if you do it on a hard floor, you might have some issues. So there you go. Probably just did that a bit extreme, but I could see it was okay. Just going to put the so it comes in a plastic case, and it's formed around the actual body shape rather than just packed in just random polystyrene where it's just going to bounce around. So it's been made specifically to house the product, which if you want to keep it, again, you know, you can just encapsulate him back in. So you might want to keep those careful rather than treading on them, which inevitably happens. So I'm going to bring the camera down. Okay, I brought the camera down, so now I want to show kind of all the detail and also the important factor of scale and size. So you can see my hand against the fella here. A few things to point out. So sort of size wise, what's good about this figure is it's 10 inches, so 25 centimeters if you like, depends what your measuring tool is of these days. So it fits in a Kallax system or a box system fairly easily. So one thing that I find with statues, yes, I love the big statues, don't get me wrong, but when you have to put them outside of your kind of cube system, you eventually run out of space. So this is going to fit quite comfortably. You've got a good, few inches from his head to the top there, which is probably how I'll keep him. Maybe keep the dust off a bit as well. Scale wise, I've just got a Dreamcast there, so you can see he's a good well over shoulders and head on the Dreamcast itself. So, giving you a bit of a sense of size, because my hand could be big or small. It's no point just showing you a hand, but as far as the actual size against a Dreamcast, you can see there is bigger than the width and height, if you like. I'll just move that to one side, put that over there. So if you want to get into the detail now, which I expect you all want me to, so start with the face. I think one key thing is with Numskull working closely with Sega, all trying to get the accurate game details as close as possible, and that's why I just put obviously the character. This is in-game artwork, so the plaster, getting the size, position, colour, everything scale just correct. You get that too far down there, it's just going to look wrong. So it's got to tie in with what Ryu looks like in game. The expression on the face in this scene is different to this, obviously, but the hair, the little kind of peak, he's got a kind of widow's peak, if you like. Again with the black, almost like jet black, shiny, almost blue black, but it's not blue, in fact it's black. But you get what I'm probably saying. It's got a bit of a kind of shimmer to it. It's not gloss, it's got a nice kind of, not a hard matte effect, but it's not going to rub off and get that sort of or it doesn't have that sort of glossy feel that probably feels a bit cheap. It's just got a nice matte effect. The jacket itself got the nice kind of patch designs here on the shoulders, this shoulder here, and obviously on the front. And what I like on the reverse is just how accurate. I think they've worked so closely to get this jacket design just right. You can see just a bit of sort of daylight there shimmering on it. So from the claw detail, number of claws, the way the tail works, the position on the jacket. So it's kind of embossed, if you like, just raised, if you like a patch is on the jacket. Just such nice detail there of the jacket itself. Just coming around then. Jeans again, they could have just done, almost like a flat effect, but they've got all the creases and the pockets, back pockets on the jeans. And obviously the belt, got the buckle again, even just things like the t-shirt, it just creases in the t-shirt. Just pull that out again so you can see, because he's kind of in action. So the t-shirt's creased, it's got a bit of, if t-shirts can have action, this one's got it. So again, you could just smooth all this stuff out and it would just look so flat, but just that added level of detail. Then the table itself, so you've got almost two design elements to the table. So on the top of the table where he's jumped on it, it's kind of all creased. That's so cool, that, really. It looks so, this is all kind of molded, but it doesn't look molded, if that makes sense. It's just, and you've got even things like this. See this, the spot UV sort of where things have spilled. Just that level of detail, which I really love. The bottles have come off, they've spilled, and you've got that kind of effect on the table. Some of these things you might not be able to see in some of the photography, so I'm trying to show as close-up detail as possible, especially for, collectors like me and you, just to see what you're getting close up. And again, get right into get the camera, try to focus on that. Got the cigarettes that he's kind of jumped on, just sat there, and even the ashtray, there's a few cigarettes in there and ash. And the bottle itself, again, it's actually a clear bottle, if you can see that. That's really nice. It's almost like the more you look at this statue, the more you kind of discover how much element of detail has gone into it. There's a glass there, there's like a spillage. This is really nice. If I show you it like that as well, kind of see the base, just some of it anyway. And then underneath, you've got the stool. In fact, there's a few elements. You've got the bottom of the table and all the ridges. Again, could just be smooth, couldn't it? Just don't bother with all that detail, but no, just get that in because it feels like the game, and the game had so much detail. And you can see where the tables come apart from its fixing, even like the little bolts. Hang on, just get the thing around there. The little bolts are kind of in there, and the stool. You've got the kind of leather effect. All that sort of little bit of detail that just makes all the difference for me. when you're collecting, you see it on the shelf and you spot these things. It ties you in the game. And then a few more bottles and the cool sort of broken glass there, just scattered from where the bottle's broken. And the bottle's actually broken. Look at that. It's got a little piece missing of it. That's just so wicked. And the shine there at the bottom of the stall, again, it could have just, you know, and there's a little, almost like a ridging effect of what stall is like. Just want to show you all the little details to the trainers there. You can see, even, again, could you just moved it out, you can see the soles on the feet. It's just all there. I think I've shown you all of those details. I'm just going to spin around once more. But again, the trainers is all the kind of close-up effect. You've got the laces and you can see those. That's just showing you everything. I think you can see even like the hands, the knuckles, close up as well. So there you go. There it is. There's the official Sega Shenmue statue. It's the first Shenmue statue from Numskull and Sega. I'm really pleased to see it. It's one of my favourite games, one of my favourite characters, in fact, to get my hands on this and show you it as well. I hope you enjoyed this video and this unboxing. I'll be trying to do more videos, unboxings, product reviews in the coming months. And if you want to check this out, there are some links in the description. And look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks for watching.